Welcome to Josh's Green Garage. In this video, I'm going to go over changing mower blades on the mower deck of your John Deere 100 series lawn tractor. This specifically is a deck off of an E100 tractor. This is going to be similar on anything, D100, 105, those prefixes, as well as the E prefix and the modern S prefix. I think it'll also go back to things with either an L or an LA. This is going to be your common 100 series deck. This is a 42 inch. You may find 40, I think 6 or 8 inch, and then also 54 inch if you get up into like the S180, E180 range like that. So you're going to have varying amounts of blades. You may have 3 blades. This one specifically just has 2. But if your mower's not cutting well, or it's not mulching properly, you could have worn blades and need to replace them. All right, now before I go over the part numbers for this maintenance, I want to point out that you may, dependent on the tractor that you have within the 100 series, have a different part number. So you always want to verify that you're using the correct part for the machine that you have. And an easy way to do that is to go here to the John Deere webpage. You can then click up here on parts and service, or just hover over it, and then go down to owner information. Click on that, and then you can come down here to select a category. You're going to hit that drop down and then select lawn tractors, and I don't know if you can see this part or not. And then for subcategory, we're going to hit the drop down there, and again, I don't know if you can see or not, but this is going to list a bunch of the different tractors. So you have all the different 100 series, you have 200 series, the select 300s, the select 500s, and the signature series 700s. So dependent on your prefix for the 100 series, whether it be D, E, L, LA, no prefix, or S prefix, just select what you have. So in this case, I have an E series, so I'm going to pick E, click find, and then it brings up all the different model numbers under the E prefix. So I would be clicking here on this E100. Say you have an E140, click on E140. If you have an E180, click E180. It's going to bring up this screen for all of them. Then click on the little shopping cart here that says maintenance parts. And then this is going to show you everything that you need for maintenance parts for this lawn tractor. So fuel filter, air filter, pre-cleaner for that one, and then the cartridge itself. Some are only going to have a cartridge. If you ever needed a new key, spark plugs there, headlight bulb. And remember, these are all John Deere part numbers, so you might have to do a little work trying to find cross references if you're wanting something else. And this page might look a little bit different too, depending on the tractor that you have. So if I go back to lawn tractors again, let's see here. And then if I do, say, the S prefix 100s, some of the models changed a little bit. You lose a model. There's no longer an S150 like there used to be. But if we click the 180 here, go to our maintenance parts, it's more of a little sheet like this. But you still have all the same information there. All the info's here for your oil. It shows you the amount that you need, shows you the interval for changing it, all the information you need. So this is really helpful no matter what maintenance you're doing. So you're going to need a set of blades. These ones specifically I was able to get at Lowe's. You can get them Lowe's, Home Depot, you can get them from John Deere, however you wish. But everything for these mowers, for the most part, is supported at your home improvement stores. So if you're just a homeowner that has one of these mowers, you're wanting to try to save money and hassle of taking it to a dealer to get this maintenance done, you can easily do it yourself. So I'm going to bring you in and we'll get started. So this maintenance can be done with the deck on the tractor. However, to make it a little bit easier to see, I am going to do this off the tractor with the deck propped up. That way you can kind of see what's going on. If the deck's still on the tractor, just lift the deck all the way up, and then you should be able to get under there, access this bolt. It's a little bit harder to get that nut started then, trying to hold the weight of the blade up and everything, and it's a little awkward because you can only really get one arm under there at a time. And you may have a little trouble loosening this, depending on how long it's been on there. So you may have to fight a little bit with it if you don't take it off of the tractor. But like I said, for ease of this video and so you can see what's going on, I flipped it up. So first thing I'm gonna do is I have a block of wood here. I'm gonna set that against the blade. And then I'm gonna set my boot here to stop this blade from turning as I loosen it. You're going to need a 15/16 inch socket in order to get this nut off. And yeah, it shouldn't be too bad to get off, we'll see. So I'm gonna put my boot there. That's on there pretty good. Might have to go with something a little bit bigger. All right, so that was on there way harder than it should have been. Off camera, I tried even using a bigger breaker bar, and it wasn't wanting to move. So time for impact wrench. Just like so. Got a big washer on here, take that off. This washer is kind of cupped. I always put the cupped side back towards the blade, so just keep note of that. If your machine's really new and you can't really tell, just make sure to remember. So these blades that I got, specifically part number GY20850, this is a set for the 42-inch mower deck. It looks like it's the same ones that were on here already. These ones are supposed to be what they call a 3-in-1 blade. So they're supposed to side discharge. They're also supposed to mulch, and they're also supposed to be good for if you run a bagger, which my neighbor here does. So they should be a good fit even still. You can get specific blades. There's other part numbers out there. As far as what they're gonna carry at a place like Lowe's or Home Depot, I can't say. There may be some differences. But essentially then we'll just take this off like that. And then a little bit of a sticker still on there, that's fine. And then just put the new one right back on. Now you want to make sure that the blade edge is down, so don't put it on this way, otherwise the blade edge is going to be higher than the back portion of the blade, and that's just not going to work. So put it back on the way it came off, and then just align the star. This is like cut out, it has like a star pattern in it. Pretty easy to figure that out. Put your washer back on, and you can put your nut back on. Now this calls, and I have here a torque wrench. I'm going to torque these down to spec. Let me get my adapters here. Where is it? Right there. This called for 65 pound-feet of torque. So I'm going to adjust this all the way up to 65. Right there. And well, let me get it on with the socket wrench first. and then we'll torque it. I'll probably get to the point here where I'll have to stick my boot in there again. There we go. Torque to 65. So that's how easy it is to change out one of these blades. All you got to do is do it to the other one, and you'll be good to go. You'll have new blades. Like I said, if your mower deck's really old or it hasn't ever been changed, you may have to use an impact like that. These may be on there really well. If you have a better way of actually holding the mower deck, it might be a little easier. I just have it kind of leaned up here against my my little rack that I have all my oil and stuff on, so it's not the most secure. But if it's on the tractor, it'd be a little more secure. You might be able to get a little more leverage on it. So just don't give up. It'll come off eventually. Just be careful because you don't want to risk bending a spindle. So don't put too much sideways pressure. Just be careful when you're doing this kind of thing. So one thing to remember when you're doing these blades, you do not need to worry about the orientation of them when you put them back on. You don't need to worry about them being clocked because you can see they will never touch in the center, even though you have them parallel here. So you'll never have to worry about that. So don't worry about making sure one's up and down or one side to side. That's not a thing. This mower deck, when it's under the tractor, is turned slightly. So both of these blades hit the same patch of grass in the center. So you're getting your full cut, but they will not collide ever. So if that's something you're worried about, don't, because it's not a thing. That's all I got for this video. You can see it's pretty simple replacing this blades. It's quite a bit easier with it off the tractor, especially, like I said, if it's an old deck. If it's a newer deck or you're doing this every year, it won't be so bad. You could probably do it pretty easy with it still under the tractor. So that's all I got for this one. If you have any questions or anything like that, of course, as always, please let me know. I'll get back to them. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a good one.